Well, we're excited. It's finally game week. I think that's probably every program can share that sentiment that it's time to play and find out what you have and how well you've prepared and all of those things. And so I mean we're excited. We had our team meeting this morning where I taught our normal Monday class and introduced our thoughts for the week. And I think our kids are excited to be playing. I'm glad we're at home. We certainly hope that our student body will come out and pack our stands along with our fans and make it a very difficult atmosphere for the opposing team that comes in here. And I just we have a great student body, and our band's incredible. We want in the full school spirit to show up Saturday night, and I know they will.
All right, thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions for Coach Freeze, again, using the raise hand option here on Microsoft Teams. And we'll start with Damian Sordeled from the Lynchburg News in Advance.
Hugh, you brought up last week you're expecting most of the guys who are out practice to be back. Is that going to be the case for this opener?
Yeah, I think Noah's probably a game 2 or 3 deal. John Corder's not sure on the time frame on his. Dejon Anthony is still not quite ready. I think other than those 3, hopefully we'll have everybody ready.
Damien, do you have another one? Or let's go to John Manson from the Sea of Red.
Coach, Caden Salter announced on social media last week he's eligible to play this season. Where is he as far as his acclimation to the offense, learning it, and maybe where does he stand up right now in the depth chart room at quarterback?
Yeah, he's still, we only found that out last week, so he's certainly not as ready as you would want him to be to take significant snaps. I hope that we have some more time before we throw him in the fire, for sure. But we're excited that he is eligible and that we can start getting him some reps to get him ready. But hopefully, Malik has a healthy year and JB will be ready to go. Should we need him on Saturday night.
Let's go to Luke Randall from the Liberty Champion.
Hey, Coach. Last week you expressed interest in being in the loop regarding the new conference discussions going on. For the long-term development of the program, do you think joining a Power 5 over a Group 5 is inevitable?
Well, I don't remember saying I wanted in the loop. I know Ian is in the loop, and I trust him and our administration with all that. I'd rather not have that on my plate right now. But to say that we would have an interest, I know that we're all on the same page. If it makes sense for Liberty and our program, certainly we would welcome those conversations. Whether it's a Power 5, obviously that would be nice also. But there's some really good Group of 5 conferences also that could make sense. So, but I really stay out of a lot of that, and I know that if Ian has something that I need to know, he'll pass it on to me.
Let's go to Ed Lane from the Virginia Talk Radio Network.
Hugh, for this week, we've mentioned in prior press conferences, and you have and your staff and everybody, the fact that it can get more challenging as the weeks of camp go forward. What's the difference now in terms of the energy, the vibe from your staff, from your players, now that you have not only a tangible game week, but a home game to look forward to, and hopefully with as many fans at Williams Stadium as possible?
Well, definitely. I said last week I thought that week 3, with the start of classes and really the 3rd week of quote camp, I think that's the most difficult week. Sometimes around middle of week 2 to that week 3, it's you're drained, you're physically tired, and you're hurting, and there's really nothing to look forward to on that weekend. Now that's different, and I hope that our work was still gone about in the right way in our preparation. But there's no doubt, this morning it's a different feel. I mean, the mock game we had Saturday night, we're still going to be 0-0 after that one, but this one will be real come Saturday when we gather the next Monday. Like I told them this morning, Monday will be about the truth of what happened on that Saturday evening, and it will be real. And so I think everyone's excited just for the opportunity to get out and play.
Damien?
Hugh, Campbell, unlike most FCS programs, played only in the fall last year, played 4 FBS teams. What did you see on tape of them, and who are some guys that you need to be wary of when come Saturday?
Yeah, it's a nervous opener for me. I mean that. I watch how athletic and big and physical they are, and they played App State. I think it was 28 seconds left in the first half, and they're up in the game. Could have easily won the Georgia Southern game. We know how athletic they are, and played Coastal as well as a lot of teams did, and played and scored points on Wake Forest. But I just, man, it's a nervous team, and for me. And then they have just seven alone on defense, FBS transfers, from Penn State and FIU, and we know the kid from FIU. We played him last year. He's a heck of a player. And ODU and Wake Forest and South Alabama. So they've got linebackers and DBs and D linemen that transferred from FBS programs, 7 of them, to add to a team that has every starter returning. And so, I think it's nervous to me, and their quarterback's a heck of an athlete. He's hard to contain and can throw and run it, and the receivers and tight ends are solid players. O-line's huge. I think they average like 6'5", 325, and have everybody returning there also. So, Mike does a great job. He's built that program since the return of football, and has done a really, really nice job there. And, the sample size is pretty small for last year for them having to play only the FBS opponents, but I thought they competed extremely well. And so it's not a comfortable opening game in my eyes in any way. It's we're going to have to play really well, and you never feel like you really know a lot about your team until you get to play some games. And so it's certainly it appears to me that it could be a game that we're going to have to play really well to have control of it.
John?
You mentioned Mike Minter. He's obviously a well-known name in the football world and has some history with Liberty as well. What's your level of relationship with him, and what have you been able to see out of watching film from a distance of what he's done at that Campbell program?
Yeah, I don't have a deep relationship with Mike, but I've had great respect for him. Just the type of man he is and the way his kids play speaks volumes to me, and they play really hard for him. They're a disciplined team, and I think he's done a heck of a job in building that program pretty much from scratch, I believe, and he's made them very, very competitive. And so, again, I think Mike's done a heck of a job along with his staff.
Let's go to Luke.
With the team largely being the same and returning most of the starters, how are they looking to build off last year, with the only loss being NC State?
Yeah, we for the last time, I won't say this again to our kids. I did this morning and kind of recapping our camp and stuff. But it's time for us to flip the script from the 2020 season. It has nothing to do with this season, zero. And anybody that conditions their mind to think that it might will be sorely disappointed. And so this is a whole new DNA, a whole new target on us, and there's no way that success breeds guaranteed success from year to year. and you have to go earn it. And it'll start with Campbell Saturday night. It won't be given to us. It will be a fight, and we will have to earn it by executing better and doing the little things like taking care of the football and winning critical downs like 3rd and 4th down on both sides of the ball, and playing with poise and discipline. And that's how you're going to have success in 2021. Last year just has, in my mind, zero to do with whether or not we're going to win games this year.
Go to Damien, and we'll have time for one more.
Hugh, how important are some freshmen going to be this year in terms of providing depth? We see with, you alluded to this last week with Christian Zachary. We see Ahmad Walker's been getting significant reps at linebacker, Marion Williams at cornerback with Dejon out, and then you look at Andrew Adair and Harrison Hayes on the offensive line. And how important will these freshmen be throughout this season?
Well, I think it's a little early to tell. I'm excited about that freshman class. Would you like to play them in 4 games and be able to save them? Sure. Who really knows? But the ones you mentioned, Ahmad's going to play. He's one of our better linebackers. He's going to play. Christian can absolutely play, but we kind of have some depth there, so we'll try to do what's best. But not real concerned about whether we redshirt him or not. I think he'll probably have to play. Corner is we'll see how it goes, but Amarian's done really well for a freshman, and excited. And then offensively we got everybody returning. Could Harrison see some action and Adair? Yes. Will it be more than 4 games? It's too early to tell.